After dropping my last YouTube content, I got a request on WhatsApp on how to create this particular effect. Well, if you are to use the Pixel app, this is very simple. You can use different techniques to replicate this on the Pixel app. But then the request was based on the Canva app. Yes, it is also possible. But for easy replication, you are going to need a Canva Pro. In this video, I will teach you how to replicate this mask effect on the Canva app and also how to get the Canva Pro for almost free. Are you ready to learn? If yes, then this video is made just for you. Watch to the end to learn. Welcome back to this video tutorial. My name is David Gladness. Now the first thing I'm going to do now is to input my size, the size I want to use. So you can just make use of any regular size you prefer to use, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be making use of the 1080 by 1080 Instagram poster size. Okay, so I'll just allow it to give me my interface, my work interface. All right, here it is, and it has given me my workspace. Now basically the first thing I'm going to show you is the original image we want to replicate. All right, so this was the image that was sent to me on WhatsApp. So this was the image that was actually sent to me on WhatsApp. You can see that particular effect that was used on this particular design. Actually, if you are using the Pixel app, you can easily make use of shapes or the Max tool to get this particular effect. There are several ways you can do this with the Pixel app, but then the person that dropped this request made a request based on Canva. The person wants to learn how to do this, making use of Canva. Yes, doing something like this on Canva can be a little bit hard due to the fact that the Canva app doesn't have the Max tool, but then it doesn't mean the Canva app cannot do it. Now the first thing we're going to do is to delete this particular image. I'm not going to be designing everything. I'm not going to be teaching you how to replicate all these shapes and other things, but then the problem here is that particular effect, the TGIF effect, how that particular image, the lady's image was cropped out, how it was maxed out of the text, the TGIF text. So once I show you that, I believe you can go ahead with any other design elements if you want to use them. Okay, so I'm just going to delete the ladies the original flyer. Now one thing you have to know is that to do this particular thing, you are going to need the Canva Pro. That's the fact. To do this perfectly, and the most easiest way to create this is when you are having the Canva Pro. This doesn't mean Canva, regular Canva can't actually create it. No, the regular Canva can also replicate this, but then it will be very hard for you due to the fact that you will just be cropping out images. You will understand what I'm talking along the way. But then if you are having the Canva Pro, you can easily make use of your erasing tool to erase the image. Now the first thing I'm going to show you is how to switch from, okay, let's just import the image you want to use. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this lady's image online, but then I was able to get some other images. You can see them. I was able to get some other images. You can check the description box. I'm going to provide you with all these excited ladies and guys image, so you can use them for practical aspects as well. But then for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to make use of this lady's image, as you can see. Now the first thing I will be teaching you here is how to switch your Canva Pro from the old experience to the new experience. All right, right now I'm using the new experience editor. So to switch, if your own is in old experience, I would advise you to switch to the new experience as well. So this place you are seeing FX effect. In your own time, if you are using the old experience Canva, you might be seeing just effects, nothing like FX at the top. So all you need to do is to tap on this place, FX effect. Then when you tap on FX effect, you can see this place you are seeing more. I'm trying to switch back to the old editor. So I'll just click on this place. I'm saying the three dots, then click here. So you can see, so I want to revert to the old editor. So if you are using the old editor, this is basically what you are going to see. So click on effects to switch to your new editor. Click on effects. Then from there, you are going to see something like this. A powerful new way to edit photos is here. So click on this place you are seeing check it out. All right, so when you click on check it out, it's going to give you something like this. So just tap on any outer space of your workspace. Then from there, you'll be able to use the new editor. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to remove this lady's background. So I'll just tap on FX effects. then click on this place you are seeing BG remover. So tap on it and it is automatically going to remove the lady's image, the background on the image. All right, so it's loading. All right, as you can see, the background has been removed successfully. Now the first thing we're going to do now is to increase the size of our image and position it wherever it is we want it to be. So I'll just position this here. I think I'm okay with this. You can decide to crop it out. Actually, you can decide to crop out the image. You can see, so that you'll be having access to it whenever you want to work with it. All right, so I'll just position this at the middle. When it is showing you those lines, it means it is at the middle. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring in frames. We are going to be working with the frame letter elements. So tap on plus. Now after tapping on plus, click on element. Now the element you want to use is frames, but then in terms of letters. So just search for T. Since the word we want to use is TGIF, so just search for T. Now you can see it under here, frames, and we have different kind of T frames. But then for the sake of this tutorial, I will just make use of this particular frame. All right, then I'll position it wherever I want it to be, which I think this place is actually okay. Now the same thing you're going to do, tap on plus again, and this time around search for G. All right, so I will be making use of this particular one right here. All right, so I'll just position it at the middle. I'll make sure they are on the same line. You can see those lines is showing me. So I'll make sure they are on the same line. Tap on plus again, search for the F frame. All right, I think I have omitted I, so I'll just tap on plus and search for I as well. So I'm literally trying to type CGIF. That's basically what we are trying to get here. So yeah, this is okay. Now the next thing we need to do now is to adjust our original image, because the way our image is filling up the space determines how our effect is going to look. So take your time to work on the image. The image at the outer part is going to be our guideline. Okay, so I'd like to reduce the size of this a little bit. I'll do the same thing for the rest. Yeah, I think that is okay. So all right, I think this is actually okay. So I would like to increase this more. All right, this is actually perfect. Now the image at the back is going to serve as our guideline. So now what we are going to do is to bring in this lady's original image. Please, this time around, the image we want to make use of is going to be with the background. So just tap on plus. Then when you tap on plus, since I have uploaded mine, I'll just go to under uploads. But then you can look for yours under the gallery. So I'll just tap on this and position the image inside each frames. Just tap on the image and position it inside each frames. You can see what I'm doing there. So just move, after tapping on the image, move it on top of each of the frames, the TGIF frame. All right, so this is perfect. Now this is where the work began. The next thing we are going to do now is to double tap each frame and adjust the image, like crop it to fit in with the original one at the back. All right, so this is basically what you're going to do. Tap on the T, double tap on it. All right, so when you double tap on it, increase the size and make sure it's the same size with that lady's, the original one at the background. Now move it to fit it in such a way that it is going to be as if it's just one image. You can see that if it is too big, you won't be able to fix it in. So make sure they are the same sizes then you try to position it on top of each other properly. You can just focus on a particular part of the body. For me, I am focusing on this lady's right hand. So it's the one, this particular hand is the one guiding me through. I'm trying to position it on each other. Yes, I think this is perfect. So once you are done, just scroll down. You can see that it's as if we are trying to solve a puzzle. But then if you did not position this perfectly, you will end up saying that your image will not be aligned. Let me show you what I'm trying to explain. Let me zoom in. You can see this lady's hand, the image at the back and the one in the frame. You can see they are not aligned, this particular place. So I will still double tap again to adjust. So let me just double tap and adjust it. It means it wasn't positioned perfectly. Either my image is too small or too big. So I think it's too big. I'll reduce the size a little bit. All right, I think this is actually better. So you can just take your time to adjust it. Take your time to adjust this, okay? Yes, this is actually perfect. So I'll just scroll down. All right, you can see the hand now. You can see this part of the hand. You can see how it is now. So you are going to do the same thing for the letter G, the letter I, and the letter F. Now this is why you should use an image with a background in the frame. You can see this particular T. It's because of the background that is on the original image that was inserted inside that particular inside those particular frame. If it was not having a background, this particular letter T is not going to be having any color. It's just going to be white, which will eventually disappear with this original background. So you just have to find your way around it. So double tap the G as well. Do the same thing by increasing and adjusting it perfectly to fit in with the original image. So please just take your time to work on this, because this can be a little bit crucial and it is one of the most important aspects of this maxing. So I'll be doing the same thing for the I and F as well. All right. As you can see now, this image is even looking as if we brought in a regular TGIF text, then the text, we move it to back, and then we are having what we've got right here. So if you should look at this perfectly, we are still, I think there is still a little bit of mistake. If you should focus on the nose, you would notice the mistake. So I still need to adjust this a little bit. All right, so this is okay. Now the next thing we're going to do now is to start working with the image at the back. So the first thing we're going to do now is to crop out this part of the image. You can see what I did here. Just crop it out. We actually need the hand. You can see we need this particular hand. Now this is where you will need the Canva Pro. This is where you are going to need the Canva Pro the most. So just tap on FX Effects, then click on this place you're seeing Magic Eraser. Now click on Use Magic Eraser. Alright, if something like this should happen in your own case, this is what you are going to do. Just scroll down. Alright, you can see the image automatically has a background, right? Now switch to your old experience Canva. Click on this place you are seeing FX Effects. Click on these three dots and switch to the old experience Canva by clicking on this place you are seeing click here. So click on Revert to the old experience editor. All right, now we are now in the old editor. Now click on effect, and from effect remove the background right from here. As you can see, the background has been removed. Now we are going to switch back to our new editor by clicking on check it out. All right, so click on FX effect. This time around you will be able to erase easily. You can see that the background was not affected. So I will increase my brush size. All I need is this lady's hand, so I'm just going to erase the other part I do not need. So I will erase the other part I don't need. All right, as you can see, then I'll just scroll down. All right, as you can see, we have gotten the hand. Now we are going to repeat this same process. We are going to repeat this same process by cropping out and erasing the parts we don't need. Now this is basically what you are going to do. Duplicate by tapping on this particular plus button at the top, or you just scroll and look for where you are going to see more. Then click on copy, then click on paste. After copying, you can see that hand has been duplicated and it is now 2. Position it on top of the first hand so that it will be easier for you. You can see that. Now tap on it. Okay, when something like this happens, please, you can just undo. Click on undo, because that hand has gone inside. You can see that. All right, so click on FX effect again. Go to the eraser tool and reset erasings so that every part of this lady's image will be back again. So the next thing we need now is the lady's head, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. All we need now is the lady's head, and if we should say we want to crop it out this way, it will affect the lady's head. So I advise you to go to the FX effect again and erase the parts you don't need. So I'm just going to increase my brush size, erase the lady's hand. I would also erase this other hand as well. Yes, this is perfect. All right, this is what we've got. So scroll down as well, and as you can see, now you will be able to easily crop this out the right way. All right, we don't really need this part of our hand. So I'm just going to crop this. You can see what I'm doing. Please take your time to work on it as well. So I want to erase this thing, this little stuff here. So I'll just tap on the lady's image again, this head. I'll tap on it, go to FX effects. From there, I'll erase it perfectly. Increase my brush size. Then I'll scroll down. All right, so let me zoom out. It has not been erased properly. I'll tap on it again, click on FX effects. Then I'll just take my time to erase it. We don't really need any part of the image than the outer part, so you can increase the size of your brush. All right, I think this should have erased it. Yes. All right, this is perfect. Now we are almost done with the design. Duplicate this hand again. I would advise you to duplicate the hand again, or you duplicate this particular lady's head, any of it, but then I will be working with this hand. Duplicate it, position it on top of each other. Now enlarge this, then crop this out. This time around, go to FX effects, the eraser, and reset the erasing as well. Then scroll down so that you will know the part you want to erase after scrolling down. All right, I think we should actually leave it this way. Okay. Instead, you can just crop this out. Yes, this is actually perfect. You can see that we have been able to work with this image the way we want it to be. But then if there is anything you want to make visible, like if you want to make, okay, let me just bring this back to where it belongs. If you want to make this ankle, like this part of her hand, this place, you want it to be visible, you can do the same thing by duplicating again. Or better still, let me duplicate this. Position it perfectly and let it be visible. You can crop this out, also crop this out as well. And this is one of the reasons why I said it would be better if you are having the Canva Pro. You can see what we have come up with, and this is actually beautiful. But then if you want to merge them together, you can just tap on any of the elements. Let me just crop this out. You can tap on any of the elements, go to more, click on select multiple, and from there you will be able to tap on every other design resources. You can see that I've been able to select all. Then if you want to group them, you can go ahead to group them. Now we have been able to max out this lady's image on the design on this particular TGIF text. From there you'll be able to position it wherever you want it to be. If you want to edit, you can ungroup it and edit any parts you notice or you want to edit. So from there you can do like you can continue by bringing in other text. You can see something like this. So you can continue by bringing in other design resources and then continue with the shapes and other things. So thank you for sticking around with me to the end of this video tutorial. If you need the Canva Pro, as I've said earlier, you can check the description box. I will drop a link there that leads to my Canva Pro vendor, a very trusted Canva Pro vendor, where you'll be able to get the Canva Pro for almost free. All right. So I would also be dropping the link to the resources I used on this design in the description box as well. Please, if you are yet to subscribe on my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification icon. See you on the next one.